you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child.
Turning, keeping the dog. And the dog's having to concentrate a little bit. Okay. Now, obviously this dog already does heel work, so obviously we're at a different platform. But if your dog doesn't understand, what you can start to do is bringing your marker word quite quickly. So as soon as Ross starts off, now if the dog was pulling, so he just said yes and marks them, but if the dog was to pull forward, what Ross could have done then is turned around, gone in the other direction, and as the dog comes with him, he could mark that, because that's what he wants. Yeah? So if the dog wasn't taking any notice of Ross, each time the dog then took some notice because he changed direction, he would mark it and reward. Make sense? So, Christian, would you mind passing this So that method is for dogs that, if you've got a dog that's got quite a good relationship with you, that's quite a nice method. These next two methods are for dogs that either are not yours, so you have no relationship with it, or they're puppies or whatever. So dogs, particularly adult dogs, obviously are conditioned to using bowls for their food, whether it's metal, plastic or whatever. Most people feed at some point in a bowl. So utilising that bowl to teach heel work can be really beneficial. So what Ross has done here is put a little piece of food in the bowl. He's showing Hogan that he's got the food. He's going to get him in. Don't worry, you're not going to worry too much about all this positioning. We'll do that over the next few days. But literally, as soon as he shows the dog he's got food in the bowl, he's going to walk forward. Now, as soon as the dog's in the right position, that's when you lower the bowl and feed. Okay? So again, the dog might be pulling forward, it might be pulling sideways. You would encourage the dog to use its nose up against the bowl, and then as soon as the dog's where you want it, you put the bowl down to feed. So I'm just going to shut up for a second, and then Ross can do that again and put in the marker word where it would be, so you can hear him put the marker word in.
Yes.
So as we were saying earlier about encouraging the gap between the yes and then the feeding, you'll see now Ross is going to mark when Hugo's in the right position. Ross is going to mark it. Then he's going to take another 3 or 4 steps before he gives the reward.
Yes.
Do you see? So the dog knows the treat's coming. He's heard the marker. I want the treat, and now I'm going to carry on with you. So you get that distance with the dog walking with you.
What about if you use the marker word and then change your mind? It was doing the behaviour. You mark it and
Start
then
again.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just start again. Yeah.
Can I ask as well? Obviously, he's extremely well behaved, but if the dog you're walking with loses his attention or something like side or starts back on it, do you redirect straight away and then
Turn around.
So yeah, you just represent the bowl. Yeah. So you might well have the bowl.
Yeah.
You might present it to the dog. Walk. Take 2 steps. Dog looks over there.
Yeah.
No. Represent.
Yeah.
So you don't automatically change direction to get him back on track by the side?
You can do.
Right.
You can do if you're able, physically able to do that. With I'm not very good. That's why I don't use clickers, because I can't have leads, bowls, poo bags.
Whether or not, so you don't necessarily have to do that. You just have to wait until they're to get their attention.
Yeah. So you can use the twist and turn method. You can absolutely use all the methods if you want to together. But I tend to, with the bowl, I tend to sort of walk straight. I think so. I'd have to do it now, thinking about it. Walk straight lines, I think. But if the dog was to look away, I would represent the bowl just to get his attention. And then as soon as I got what I wanted,
Then
mark
then
it.
use the
So you
marker
don't
word.
go. I wouldn't do 10 steps waiting for the dog. Do you mean? I'd mark it quickly.
Yeah.
So you start to teach the dog, okay, this is what This is what brings about the food.
And that was what I was like slightly confused about as to whether or not you had to do that redirection before you then represented the bowl at that point in time. That's not strictly necessary.
No. If the dog loses concentration, again, we look at when you're actually doing this in real life. You look at the breeds and decide what breed you're working with and how much you can push it. But for the sake of today, no, we'll just sorry, I didn't turn my phone off. We just represent the bowl.
The vet.
It is the vet's. It's alright. It's not. We represent the bowl, and then you get to a point where you can put your marker word in. That might be on the first step. You literally might go, present, yes. Particularly those with puppies, quite quick, right? As soon as you've got them with you, yes. Yeah? Does that make sense?
You'll be having a go at it in a minute.
Yeah, you're going to be doing it.
We'll troubleshoot and see what we come up with.
So the final little method, this is a really good method for particularly tricky dogs. So dogs that have no focus, providing they like food. You can do this with toys as well, it's not quite as easy. So basically this is a food throwing method. And what Ross is going to do, he's going to start off, let's assume Hugo has no idea about this method at all, okay? And what Ross is going to do, he's going to throw a piece of food out so the dog can see it, he's going to let him have it. He's going to turn around and walk away, throw another piece out. And he's going to throw another piece out. At the minute he's not doing any heel work, nothing. All we're doing is throwing food out, and when the dog is eating it, Ross is moving away. So eventually, depending on the dog's going to start to realise, to get food, I have to come back in here. Because that's where the food's coming from. Make sense?
Yes.
So once the dog's kind of got that, then you can start putting a bit of heel work in. Okay, so now Hoover knows now to get the food, I have to be kind of near Dad. Right? So now he's going to throw it out. He's going to walk away. Now he's going to get a bit of heel work, because now the dog is waiting for the food to be thrown. So now, here we go. This is what we've got. We've got what we want. So now Ross is marking that. Can you hear it outside?